Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Test, 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 test. Okay, so welcome back to my live streaming lessons and let's get back to it. Okay, so I think right now a lot of people will be asking what is really happening on the gold market and what's my expectation. So I've been preparing, currently I'm preparing swing trading positions on gold. Okay, and I'll be talking about my whole expectations for the week and what's my expectations and so on. Okay, so for the past few days, I'm actually finding out what's the reasons behind of the gold has been going quite strongly. So from the fundamental sides, there's two ways. One is because that the inflation has been remaining high. Second is that the uncertainty issues is also remaining high as well. Okay, so there's always a two things. So the first thing is that the inflation is really high. The second thing is that the economic situation is uncertainty, and the third thing is actually that the Federal Reserve, everyone's expectations that the Federal Reserve will be reducing interest rates in the near December. So this has been pushing a lot of pressure on the dollar index, and this has been pushing a lot of gold market upwards momentum. Okay, so from my perspective, I'm thinking that gold is right now is a hedging positions for the institutions and for the hedge funds. So where can we see it? Actually, you can see it from the correlationship between these two pairings. You can see that the correlationship between the gold and the stock indexes SP500 for much more specific, we do see that the correlationship is actually quite strong. Thus, what does it mean by that? Meaning by that is that a lot of people is actually buying gold and buying stock indexes at the same time. Okay, so at this moment, we are can expectations that currently, gold market it's considered as a risk product. I can say. Okay, causing by that, we can see that the gold market has been going that much higher. Okay, besides of that, I'm also wanted to show you guys one of the things that I do really think is actually quite interesting. That is what we call the ETF flow. So I will be also showing you guys, and this one I will be also including on my reports as well. Okay, so this one, what does it mean by that? Okay, this ETF flow. So you can see that this ETF flow is actually showing you guys that the markets, what is the market's demand on the, I mean on on the what we call sorry, wait a moment. So this is actually what we have been showing is what is the market sentiment on the longer time frame, like what is the physical gold demand. Okay, so from what we can see, usually the highest buying is the North America, then the Europe, then the Asia, then the others, and so on. So you can see that last few weeks, starting on October 17, the highest buying in gold market. I think because people is hedging their positions on the gold market. So right now, I'm speculations that the market is actually going through some kind of drawing down. So let's see what is the event on October 17 in that week. So let's see October 17. So we can actually see October, is it October 17? October 17. Yeah, I think October 17 should be people buying this. I think this week there's definitely this thing that will be affecting on the gold market, I guess. So October 17. October 17. I'm guessing there's actually have a big news apart from that. Let's see, October 17 in that area is okay, I think it's last week, so we'll be looking at the last week. So I think we have been looking through wrongly. I think this week is the most important week. I guess because of some people is hedging in October, likely because of I'm thinking is the FOMC. So I think it's because of FOMC is happening between this week. So people are using this gold market to actually to what we call hedge the positions. So we can see that market is actually hedging the positions on ETF. So this is the long-term flow is actually showing us that ETF is actually going strongly in starting on October 17. After that, the price has been actually going lower, but overall, it's Europe is actually holding on. So from this point onwards, this thing doesn't mean that the gold is going downtrend or uptrend. It's actually showing you that the uptrend momentum it's not as strong as what we expected on the near future. Okay, because we can see that the uptrend momentum, the highest is actually October 17. After that, the price momentum outflow has been reaching back towards on the lower sides and forming a ranging level. So this thing is doesn't mean that the market is going through a downtrend. Okay, it's just only tell us that the buying momentum is not that much. So it's not likely to see that the gold might be breaking through a new high. My expectations are. So according to this one is really important. This reports is using by hedge fund, big institutions, and so on. They are using this data to find out what is the costing, what they are putting on, and so on. Okay. So from here onwards, we can see that the market conditions is not quite likely that the market will be continue going higher. And we can see that right now, it's not much the US sections, okay, the American sections, American buying is not that strong. Okay, so I do think that this has actually showing us some signs that this week stock indexes is going higher. Okay, so I'm expectations that this week the stock indexes will be going higher, and this might be likely to push pressure on gold market. Okay, because why? We can see that the correlationship with the gold market is really strong in the meantime. Meaning by that is that it's actually showing some signs that it's quite strong correlationship. What does it mean by that? The stronger the correlationship, the hedging effect will be much more lower. What does it mean by that? Meaning by that is that the market will be lowering, the big institution or hedge fund is actually lowering their risk, and we'll be expecting that the gold market might be going lower. I don't think it's going lower. I think that it might be going through a ranging level from my perspective. So I'm expectations that the silver or maybe the gold market might be forming a ranging downwards, and then after that we will form a range and forming some kind of supports. This is my expectations of the week lah, from what I have been doing the reports, so on. Okay, so from here onwards, we can see that the market conditions is actually reaching through this lower sides, and we have been doing a short positions on this level. We just put our stop loss just above this high because we do see that the market conditions is actually slowing down. So we have been doing short positions at this moment. So we can see that we have been doing shorts, and speculations is that the price will be going this lower right. So this one is actually a short-term trade. Risk reward ratio is not that great because this one is actually some kind of predictions and expectations as well. I'm expecting that the gold market it's not that strong, and this one will be going back to the mean reversions as 140 or 160 pips. My speculations of the week, I mean, it's not quite likely to see the gold market to break through new high lah. Especially the price has been breaking through what we call the weekly high. So I'm expect that the price might be reaching through some kind of mean reversions going back to 38. Maybe forming back some kind of supports from here. This is my expectations for now. Price might be reaching through this lower sides at this moment. Okay. Going back from the smaller time frame, I think everyone is much more interested on it. Like, what is our smaller time frame? What's our expectations? So, oh shit. Okay. Okay. I think this one it's a bit. Okay. So we'll be expecting that the price is actually reaching back towards on the lower sides. Going back, I think a lot of people will be asking what is the book map is happening. So right now, let's talk about the book map. Book map is actually showing us that the market condition is showing some kind of weakness because the upwards momentum is actually showing us that it's forming a ranging level absorptions from this level. I'm not so sure where are we right or wrong, to be honest, because the current conditions is that the market is actually much more stronger pressuring sides, but right now I'm seeing that market is let's see, yeah, price already reach through absorptions from here. Can't say much, I can say, but going from the bigger time frame, we do see that the market might be forming a ranging level from here lah. So meaning by that is that the price might be showing some ranging sides from 88 to 90 area. Much more likely the price might be showing that range because this is what we call the balance area, 89 to 90 from the CFD pairings. I think it's actually right now. So if we do right, I think the price might be going to this mean reversions area. But if we do wrong, the price will be breaking through new high. So and lower time frame, I think that the price of the volume is actually increasing on this level 29 area. So if the price really break through back towards on the lower sides, I'm expecting that the price might be going back towards on this 79 and absorptions on this level. This is my expectations for now. And right now we do see that the price is actually giving us some rejections. So right now we do see that there's a huge block of orders from here. Speculations that the price might be going, to be honest, right now, I don't think there's a right or wrong answer, to be honest. And if we do correct, I think the price might be going through mean reversions area and reaching back towards on the lower sides means that the market might be going back towards certain level. And after that, we might be seeing the price to go through some area. But I do think that the market upwards momentum is likely to slow down because the VIX is actually showing some bottom area. And this is showing us that the market is much more likely to put long positions on the what we call the what. So I think we can actually do another short positions. I think we can actually do another short positions and try to make it. If we do make this one, I think we can actually make it back towards this level. And let's see how it turns out. Okay, we just hopefully the price is actually reaching through much more lower sides. As I mentioned, we need to see the momentum, the buying mechanism. Is it reaching through a lower sides? From the book map. From the book map perspective, I do think that the market has been showing some exhaustions from here because we do see that the volume it's not that strong. Price still really balancing out from here. So meaning by that is that the market is actually forming a balanced area from 4289. Means that the market is actually hard to remaining higher in the smaller time frame. And then the price has been actually showing us that it's going back towards on the lower side. So yeah, we have been doing short positions and hopefully that the price is reaching back towards on 42 or 73 or so on. Okay, but if the price really break through on the higher sides, mean that 4300, then let's see how it turns out. But from the VIX, it's actually showing rebounding, and as we also mentioned that the hedging positions, hedging for gold demand is actually going lower as well. I do speculations that the gold upwards momentum it's not likely to be strong, maybe forming a highly probability that the market might be forming a ranging level from my perspective of the market. Okay, so we will be speculations that the price is going lower. The price is actually forming a ranging level from 4289. 4289 is actually what we call the balance area. The market is actually absorptions creating this level. Seems like the market is accumulations volume from here. Not so sure what is happening, but seems like the market is much more rather to do short positions, because we do see that the shorts volume is much more higher from 4289. It's much more stronger 4289. So will be speculations that the price might be reaching back towards on the lower sides. And other than that, we also can see that the market is actually pushing price to lower sides. So yeah, we are speculations that the price is going back to the lower area, and the price might be reaching through 4281, 42830, or maybe even much more lower to 4273 area. Okay. So right now we have been doing a short positions. Right now is actually the core area. So 4287 right now is 427 plus 2. I think is 54. 4254 is actually the major resistance area. Price is actually holding this range. And let's see how the price react after this level. If price really rejections back towards on the lower side, I do expect the price might be going lower, because the hedging perspective is not that strong. Price already reached through the weekly high and so on. So yeah, I do expect the market might be going back to the lower sides. But let's see, are we right or wrong on this one? Okay. Besides of that, we also can see the market sentiment. So if everyone wanted to go through, you can actually go through the market sentiment and see what is happening, what is the market sentiment is happening. So you can actually go through the CNN sites and you can see their fear index. So you can see it's actually improving, even though right now it's extremely fear, but it's actually improving. So I do expect that the market is slowly to decreasing this level, and this will be definitely putting some kind of support on the, putting some kind of pressure on gold market as well. This is my expectations. Let's see. Yeah, extremely fear, but do seems like the price is actually showing us some signs of going higher. Okay, so as I mentioned, 89 is actually a major resistance area. 89 area, because the price is showing us a major resistance this trend. So let's see if the price really rejections. Oh, okay, right now we see the price is actually a big chunk of orders is attacking on this level. So we'll be seeing how the market react. And going through from the 4-hour time frame, let's see, 4-hour time frame from 1-hour time frame, this level. So 18, 12, 13, 14. I think this candlestick is actually quite important. Seems like the market won't be going through higher at the lower at the moment. I think price might be continue forming a ranging level until the next candlestick. So my expectation is that the market will be continue forming a ranging, and let's see how it turns out later on. Okay, so the price should be forming a ranging, and let's see, because the volatility is not strong, the what we call the ADV is it ADX is actually showing us a lower sides as well. So I think right now is quite a legit place to do short positions. If you can actually get a really good risk reward ratio, and yeah, I think it's actually quite good. The risk reward ratio is definitely quite good. Risking 80 and you are getting 150, 160, nearly 1 to 2 I guess, but still not reach through to 1 to 2 rate level. So remember about that. Okay, so currently will be expectations that the price might be continue going lower. So let's go through other pairings as well. So I have been going through the bigger time frame and the flow of the market. So right now, my speculations is that the stock indexes might be holding on it this week. I mean, this month, stock indexes is highly go higher. So, it's quite. I can say that it's much more likely to see the stock indexes to go higher, and the gold market momentum will be slightly to be slowing down. I'm not saying that the gold market is going a downtrend per se. I'm saying that the gold market is forming a ranging level and a big ranging level. According from the last year December, I guess, we can see that the market is also forming a big ranging level on 2024 December. I guess the market is also reaching highs and forming it back and forming a big ranging level. And 2023 is also the same. December is actually showing us that the market is going high, and then after that the price is forming a ranging level. I do think that this month it's probably will be forming a ranging level, but let's see. Are we right or wrong? Price will be forming a ranging level, and see are we correct on this one. We do see that the market is actually absorptions and pushing the price higher. So I'm expectations that the price is actually forming accumulations between balance area between what we call this level. Shit. Yeah, I think the market is actually forming accumulations area from 4290 to 4289. So there's no right or wrong answer, I guess. So let's see. Buying momentum here is actually strengthened. But let's see, is it weakening down later on? Okay. So if we do correct, I think we can actually push back to the lower sides. But this accumulations is actually quite strong. So price really holding up, adding positions. I think the price is actually adding positions from here. 29, 30, price really push lower, fail to 89, 22, 89, 90. I think the price might be forming a balance area from here. There's no right or wrong answer. According from the bigger time frame, do seems like the market momentum is not strong. There's also possible that the market will be pushing back towards higher but I'm much more likely to see the market might be going through some ranging momentum from my perspective. Okay, so as I mentioned, the upwards momentum it's not quite strong, and will be speculations that the price is forming a ranging level. So as I mentioned from the book map, we can see that there's a huge chunk of orders from 4299. So meaning by CFD is actually the higher, which is it's 4262 around that area. Price is actually balancing around this heavy balance area. So we can see that the market is actually accumulating it from this area. So not so sure is it going high or going lower. But if we do see the volume perspective, you can see that the selling is much more heavier, I guess, in 4289. So I'm much more leaning to see the market to go back towards on the lower sides. If we are right, I think we can actually get back to like 4237 or 4236. Market might be forming a ranging level. So right now, I think price will be continue forming a ranging for another 1 or 2 hours. From what I can see, the market might be continue to form a ranging level about 1 or 2 hour, and then after that the market will be giving a directions. Either the market will be continue higher, break through a new high, or the price is actually slowing down. So as I mentioned, I already analyzing for you guys what's my expectations for the week. I do expected that the gold market upwards momentum, it's not as strong as stock indexes. So there's a few things. One is that the VIX has been reaching through the lower sides. The second thing is that the risk appetite is actually increasing. And another factor is that the ETF flow is actually slowing down. The sentiment sides is actually lowering down as well. So I'm expecting that the gold market might be forming a I can say it's downwards first, and then the price will be forming a ranging level and some sort of. So this is my expectations of the week. Okay, so remember, if you do really like my content, please give us a like, subscribe, and follow us. Remember that we have been giving out a lot of information and what's our thoughts and so on. I do think that the VIX is actually showing us some signs of going higher. If VIX is going higher, I'm expect that November 13. Let's see on November 13. November 13. Yeah, we can see that the stock indexes, I mean the gold market is actually going lower when the VIX is reaching through the higher sides. So from now, I do expect that the gold market might be reaching through a really strong decline and reaching back towards on the lower sides. So if everyone do really wanted to know more about it, give us a like, subscribe, follow us, and remember that we'll be doing live streaming sessions every single day from Monday to Friday from 8 to 9. We already mentioned that right now the market is going through a ranging, and what's our expectations for the week is much more likely the market is going ranging. The VX is indicate that the price is going higher. The gold market, the treasury bond yield. Okay, if you wanted to know much more on the longer term, you can actually go through the US treasury bond yield. It's also remaining, it's actually wanted to show some signs of going higher as well. So from this is actually giving us some signs that the gold market might not be as strong as we possibly think that. So it's probably would be forming some kind of resistant area. And another factor, VIX, ETF flow, and so on. These three factors is actually majorly thing. I guess that the market is much more going back to the lower sides. Okay. So we have been doing short positions, and hopefully we can actually get back towards this lower sides. If we can get it, I think we can actually get a really good risk reward ratio to 1 to 2, and we'll be probably earning some profits out of it. Okay, so let's see. So other than that, we can see that we have been doing short positions and speculations that the price might be reaching through this lower sides. As I mentioned, we are looking on the bigger time frame from the bigger picture. What we need to know is what is the causing the go higher and what is the causing to go lower. What is people's expectations for the incoming week? So this incoming week, we do have some big news like ATP, what else? ATP, PMI, ATP and PMI, I guess. So because the market is still gathering some data, so the NFP will be storing back to the December. I think it's probably the 3rd week of December. So this week ATP data might be a really big moment for the gold market, I guess. Okay. So let's see. let's see on the other pairings. I guess we can actually go back to the dollar index. You can see that the dollar index is actually reaching through lower sides. Dollar index, going back to the dollar index, I'm guessing the dollar index is actually forming lower because market is speculations that the Federal Reserve will be mainly reducing rates. So this will probably put some supports on the what we call the gold market. So let's see, from this area we'll be reaching through this range. Price might be forming this support level in this range. Yep. Price should be forming a ranging level this range. I think it's almost there. If we do look carefully, the price might be reaching through almost this range, and I'm expecting that the price might be forming some kind of support from here. This might be putting some pressure, but yeah, I do think that the stock indexes this week is probably having some support. So I think this week is the best week of doing stock indexes. Stock indexes is definitely higher chances that it's going higher. Let's see this week, what news do we have? This week we have let's see. This week we actually have some big news. So we have ISM, manufacturing index, and we also have this Wednesday, the ATP. ATP is likely to be higher than expectations. So if it's lower than expectations, if it's higher than expectations, this data might be forming some kind of support. Yeah. Let's see. I'm expectations that the price might be going lower. If we do see the price to go lower, we will be seeing the price to reach through this level, this range, because this is the major supporting level, and we do get it. The risk-reward ratio is, it's actually quite good. Okay, this one is slowing down. As I mentioned, the 89, 49 is actually slowing down. Prices, accumulations, and forming a balance area. So if you're thinking that the market is going lower and the momentum is not that strong, and you can actually use this trade to as a starting trade on doing short positions, I can say. Starting positions on doing short positions and thinking that the price is likely to go back towards on the lower sides. Okay, so yeah, and also we can see that the silver is this, I think last week the most strongest momentum is silver. I guess silver is actually going through a really strong momentum this week. We can see that the silver has been actually giving us a really damn strong momentum, breaking through a new high again, and right now is actually reaching through this balance area. I do think that the silver market is also going ranging lah, so probably might be forming a ranging level at so this will be also giving us some points that the gold market is going lower. So if we do get lower, I think we can actually get back towards on this lower sides and definitely reaching through this range. Okay, going back from the book map, we do see that the book map has been showing us that the market is refusing to go higher, okay, because this area has a really strong volume, price refusing to go higher, exhaustions, and the price still continuously to go back to the lower sides. As I mentioned, the market is actually accumulating balance area from this 90 area, 4290 might be the strongest resistant area. You can see that 4290 is the most stronger resistant area as is, and the price is actually going back towards on the downsides. Okay, so yeah, I think today will be closing out earlier because today I don't think we can actually have a lot of things to talk about it because the market is not as strong as we thought. Okay, so as we mentioned, price is actually going back towards on the lower side. And let's see, can we get back to this level side? My expectation is that the price might be going through. If we do, I think the price might be breaking through and going back to accumulations on 72 or 73 area. So let's see. But I do think the market might be forming a ranging level first lah. So market might be forming a ranging level and see how it happens. Okay, so we already mentioned that we have been doing short positions because we are looking at the bigger time frame, and we do see that the market is forming a really strong balance area on 4290, meaning by that is 4253 to 4254. Market is actually showing us a really strong resistance area from that area, and I do think it's possible that the market will be forming a ranging level, and I do think the price upwards momentum is not that strong, and because we are looking through the data, okay, the ETF flow, the VIX, and also what else, VIX, the core relationship as well, and we need to know what is the main thing that the gold has been going higher. I think the main thing that the gold is going higher is hedging purposes. So this is my thought lah. And last week I don't think there's actually have some big news. I think last week the main thing is that the market is expecting the Federal Reserve is cutting rates on 25 basis points. So I don't think this is already buy-in. So it's much more likely to see the price to go back to big ranging level and forming. I mean, it's not like I'm not saying that the market is going downtrend. I'm saying that the market is this December gold is likely to go through ranging. If you wanted to have a higher ROI, I actually recommend people to try to do long in the risk assets like stock indexes. I'm thinking that this month stock indexes will be giving us a really good year, and the price might be ending much more higher. So AUD/USD and maybe New Zealand USD, these two pairings might be your choice to do long positions and getting back to the higher sides. This is my speculations for now. And dollar index will be probably to go lower, and risk appetite is much more higher. So let's see, are we right or wrong? Gold right now is actually a really funny thing I can say, but as I mentioned, we are using a bigger time frame, bigger picture, see what is the reasons behind what's the reasons behind the gold has been going higher. We need to know what's the mechanism to cause the price go higher. Okay, as I mentioned, gold is going higher because it's hedging purposes. And how do we know that? We can see that the correlationship with the stock indexes is actually quite strong. Quite strong correlationship is actually not a really good thing, because why? If the stronger the correlationship, the hedging purposes is not that strong. It means that the hedging might be weakening, and therefore the gold demand will be much more slightly to be slowing down. So no one people will be buying gold, because one is that the correlationship is quite strong, so the market will be reducing the demand of gold market, and it's likely to maybe forming some kind of lower side. Even though we do see that there's a lot of people is saying that gold market is actually showing us a really good signs. December is going higher. Okay, I'm thinking we might be in a good way. I'm guessing we might be reaching through some kind of lower sides. So as I mentioned, we are likely to see the market to go lower because we are using the bigger time frame, the flow of the market. We need to know what is the purpose of gold has been going higher this few weeks, and is it going lower and so on. So I'm thinking the gold market might be going lower. The best entry doing long positions, I guess, is November 24. If we do go through with my indicator, is actually showing us that what we call the price of gold. The price of gold, the strongest is December 14. So I'm expecting that the price should be going through some kind of uptrend momentum of some sort. Okay. So yeah, I think the market might be spiking up and forming some kind of balance area, this range. After that, the price might be going back towards on the lower side. So let's see, are we right or wrong on this one? Okay, I think we'll be ending our live sessions for now. So I hope everyone do really learn something and gain some insight